live.
Hey, it's not the first time.
Yes.
The
No,
last
it's
time I
not.
did the live on
I know.
my own, I went live on my own page.
Just spicing it up.
And I'm a
Hey.
little offended that only like 1 or 2 of my friends joined the whole time.
I didn't have any, so there you go.
I have 1 or 2 friends, probably. And
Oh,
those
man.
1 or 2 friends were both customers. None of like, the friends that I know in real life and,
Yeah.
like this life joined.
Well, there you go.
Alright.
Now Instagram is,
going now.
it's checking connection.
Sorry, Facebook. We realized that we were live on Danny's personal Instagram page.
Which is awesome.
So we just had to kind of restart that. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh, turn that down. Okay. Hi, good morning, happy Friday, everyone. Camera, this is my main camera.
This is your main camera.
oh.
Oh, that one too. That could be that one. Go for whichever one.
Welcome to the Plant Therapy Live, your one-stop shop for natural product news, DIYs, crazy Katrina and Retha, and all the amazing fun stuff. Let's get started.
Oh,
I don't know what's happening right now.
If you like pina colada, you should put it on your pizza.
I know, that sounds
So
really weird.
Jody, I'm going with Jody K.
I just remember like waking up that morning and was like,
Ooh, ah.
tell us more.
I said, we can glue them back on. Please let Mama have these. For anybody who loves essential oils, right? Loves learning about essential oils, loves using essential oils in different ways. We want to get to know you a little bit.
I have goosebumps right now, you
Yes.
guys, because it is so exciting.
You are live again. Well, I mean, you were always live.
Okay, I know.
Big
It's a day. It's a good day for me.
Yeah.
I walked into work happy, and Paul's like, "Why are you so happy today? Did you hear why I was so happy?"
I heard you playing some Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, you did. Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift just launched a new song together. Like, how does that not make people happy? If there are haters of either one of those on this live, just keep your comments to yourself, please. No,
Zip it up.
that's not why we're here. We actually have some really important conversations for you today, not including Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift, but go check out their song if you haven't. But today we're talking about our second most asked question, which is, why is it important to buy high quality essential oils?
Yeah, so we'll talk about that today, but first, let's
great
see
question.
who is watching.
Let's do it.
Whoa.
Instagram, you got to tell me where you're joining from. Oils by Joni, hi from San Francisco, California. Retha needs to sing a little Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift. Christopher, don't tempt me. I don't know what this is. It's fine.
You don't move your hand, you move your whole head.
It's fine. I'm in a mood. Jeanette, hey from Washington State. Good morning. Oh, well, there's the 2 comments. Oh, Winnie Akin, hello from Malaysia. Tracy's joining from Massachusetts.
Awesome. Let's see. On Facebook and YouTube, we have April Maria says, Snappy Friday.
April Maria.
Z Snap. Wait.
Good morning from sunny, warm San Diego.
I'm
That
learning how
sounds
to do a Z
lovely.
Snap over here.
Sandra says, good morning from Kentucky. Erica says, good morning from hot temps in San Diego. Oof.
Okay.
From hot
So I
tubs?
guess-
Hot temps.
Oh, hot tubs.
Let's see. Jessica says hello from Toronto. Celeste says good morning from Oregon.
Wait, do you see Darby's comment?
Oh.
Yeah. Go check it out,
Go
Darby.
Check it out.
It's called Jokers and Queens, I believe.
What? Oh, the song. I
Yes.
was like, what are you talking
Sorry.
about?
And we have Angela says good morning from sunny Florida. Kelsey says good morning from Kansas. Carrie says good morning from Washington State. So lots of people everywhere. Thank you. Just keep letting us know where
Yes.
you're from. Say hello.
Well, we
Yes,
have
please
some
say hello.
TikTokers.
Oh, TikTokers.
Yeah, don't forget Allie Daisies from
Allie
North
Daisies.
Carolina Mountains.
Hello, Allie Daisies.
Or Stephanie Walker.
Hi, Stephanie.
Or Trucker's Wife, good morning from Missouri.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Bonker Chick, hi.
Hi.
I love it.
All Daisy, what's up from North Carolina? Well, we talked about her.
Hello again.
Jessica says, good morning. Jessica from downstairs. Laugh out loud. Good morning, Jessica.
She missed last week's show, and we talked about her a little bit. I can't remember what we said, and so I said, "Oh, you didn't watch? Oh." So now
She's never
like,
going to not watch again.
I know. She's like, "What are they saying about me?"
All the things.
Please keep letting us know where you're joining from. We love to read your comments and see where all of our customers are joining from. But next, we have our PT friends.
Yes,
So
I love it.
if they weren't here last week, we brought back our PT friends, and that is where we ask customers to send us a letter, a postcard, pictures, just something that we can have to get to know you. And then we share some of those during our live, and then those customers that we share get to win something. So we have a new PT friends to share with everyone today.
Yes, and here we go. I think.
Oh,
No,
I think it's coming.
the suspense.
here
I
we
know.
go. And I was
like that.
excited about Ed Sheeran. Come on.
I just like how you guys
Oh
dance.
my gosh.
So this is Ashley Kay and her family, and what she wrote us to say, she says, "Hi, here's a picture of me and my family. We live in a small town in Wisconsin and love the outdoors. With 2 wild boys, there's
I
never
couldn't tell
a
they were
dull
wild.
moment. I love using your essential oils to diffuse in our home, whether it's using Calming the Child or Hocus Pocus to create a more peaceful atmosphere, or enjoying the other blends to make some DIY items for gifts or ourselves. I've loved all of the different products I have gotten from plant therapy." Thank you so much, Ashley, for writing in. I love it. Love those little boys.
Oh my goodness,
Dude.
you
Too
see
cute.
their blue eyes?
Yeah.
It might be a little
Holy
tough to see.
schmolies.
Yeah.
The most gorgeous blue eyes on those little boys.
Dude, and look how buff her husband is. He's like, you don't see it, but he's actually holding her up too. Like, he's like,
It's both of them.
and then their son.
Danny's fangirling a little bit.
Yeah, he's a buff dude.
Oh, Ashley, thanks for sending that in. Our customer satisfaction will reach out to you, right? With what she wins, or how's that
Well,
work?
it's they win account credit, and Stephanie, I'm just gonna forward the email from Ashley,
And then they get the
and
credit
then,
added.
yep,
Perfect.
she'll add the credit. So
Perfect.
you don't have to do
Congratulations,
anything, Ashley.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
If
for
you
sharing.
guys want to participate in PT Friends, send your mail or your email to ptfriends@planttherapy.com. If you want to send us a real postcard or something through the mail, let us know, and we'll get you that address. So
Great.
cool.
Thanks. We love seeing that. Oh, $15 account credit was already added.
Awesome.
Oh,
We're quick. So Ashley, that is going to
Stephanie.
be already on your account. Awesome. Darby, yes. Darby has 2 wild boys too.
yes, she does. And her husband could probably hold her children and Darby up like that as
Well,
well.
Darby's pretty tiny.
She is pretty tiny.
Okay, so top 15 essential oil questions. Our number 2 question that we get asked all the time is, why is it important to buy high quality essential oils?
Yeah, and that's such a great question, and really covers just a wide range of different areas.
Yeah.
Right? You want to know that the oils you're getting are high quality, so that way you know how to use them, you know what's in your bottle, you feel confident with the company that you're purchasing from. There's just so many reasons to understand what makes an essential oil high quality.
Yeah, and if you missed the video that I did with Jesse a few weeks ago, Jesse and I break down what makes up a high quality essential oil. Like, how is that defined? And it's not just this clean, simple, clear definition. There's a lot to take into account, but if you missed that one, go to our YouTube, our Facebook, Instagram, all of those. We save our lives, and go to the last live where you see Jesse and me, and we talk more about what is a quality essential oil. But specifically today, why is it important?
Yeah.
Right? So we talked a little bit about what a quality essential oil is, but why is it important? Why does it make a difference? And Katrina mentioned those things a little bit, right? Make sure you know what's in the bottle, you know how to safely use it, all of this kind of stuff. But we also want to break down some other things that will
Yeah.
help you understand why it's important to use a high quality essential oil.
There was a a couple of questions that I'll have showing up behind you guys.
Oh,
These
hello.
are, and you don't have to answer these
Oh, I think
necessarily.
they're great, yeah.
These are the top. These are in searches about quality.
Yeah.
These are some of the wording that people
Yeah.
ask.
I
And
think
so,
of the good one to just start off right off the bat is the therapeutic grade. Like, what is a therapeutic grade essential oil? And it's really important for everybody to understand.
Or any grade.
Or any grade.
Food grade, therapeutic grade.
Yeah. In terms of therapeutic grade, that is a marketing term.
Yep.
If you see that somewhere in content, if you see it on a label, it doesn't actually mean that there is a organizational body that's overseeing the grade of that essential oil. It is
Right.
very purely a marketing term.
Yeah, any company, whether they are selling pure water in an essential oil bottle or they're actually selling a pure essential oil, could say that their product is therapeutic grade. Nothing
there's no regulation.
Nothing
Nothing's
is
regulating
regulating that, saying that it's pure therapeutic grade. That is simply a marketing term. It's a marketing term that is recognized in this industry to have meaning that the product is high quality. So if you see the therapeutic grade or food grade or better than organic grade, or I don't know, I think that
All
there's
the things, there's so many claims.
if you see any of that, take it with a grain of salt and go see if the company does third-party GCMS testing. Go see what the company
What are
actually
they
does.
doing to back up that claim?
Yes.
That is so important. Anybody can say anything, especially in this industry, because it is quite a bit unregulated. There's just academia that comes from all kinds of different sources. It's constantly in flux and fluid and changing and updating. And yeah, make sure your company can back up what they're saying.
Yeah, so don't look for a product that's therapeutic grade. That's not what you want.
And it's also a little bit of a red flag, I think, if a company is still using that term. In my mind, because
Well,
a
I
lot
think-
of people in the industry know that it doesn't actually mean
Yeah,
anything.
to me, I think though that it's okay for a company to have their grade of standard, and as
Yep.
long as they are proving what that is. And I think that term came from a specific company who that was kind of their standard, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is okay. But to Katrina's point, now everybody uses it. So it's like, it doesn't actually mean anything anymore. But I think companies often use marketing terms to make like their quality standard a little bit more catchy,
Yeah,
right?
stand out a little
catches
more.
somebody's attention, and that's okay as long as, like Katrina said earlier, they have all the information, all the testing, all the education to back up that their oil is in fact what it should be.
Yeah.
Right.
So what about food grade? Like, let's talk about what a food grade oil is. So food grade, that comes from the FDA, but it isn't specific to using essential oils therapeutically.
Right.
It's talking about using oil as a flavoring in foods.
And I mean, technically, there's not actually a food grade, right? There's
GRAS,
GRAS,
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
generally recognized as safe in use in foods. But essential oils don't have a food grade standard. You could have essential oils could be a supplement, which is controlled by the FDA, or essential oils could be cosmetics, which are what plant therapy's essential oils are. And the only difference is plant therapy doesn't pay the FDA to claim that our products are supplements. Otherwise there's no other difference, right? Like the actual product inside is not a difference. If plant therapy chose all of our essential oils that are recognized by the FDA as generally recognized as safe to use in food could be a supplement if we chose to pay to have our oils be considered a supplement. We choose not to do that for lots of different reasons, and that's why plant therapies are technically cosmetics versus other companies which have the supplemental facts on the back. But the actual product inside could be the exact same.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference whether it's labeled as a cosmetic or a supplement. The actual product inside doesn't change, which is kind of interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And also why you want to go with a company that can prove to you what is inside your bottle.
Yeah, yep, very important.
Yeah.
So we have some products that we, like our CBD products, those are products that are manufactured for
Internal use.
yeah.
Yeah.
And do some of those contain a
They contain-
GRAS
natural flavors,
Yes.
which includes some essential oils.
that
Yep.
are grass. Yes.
Yep. But they are done in a way for flavoring purposes and not medicinal purposes. And that is the difference when you are taking essential oils internally. There is much higher risk when you are taking essential oils internally for therapeutic purposes. You have to use a higher amount, so your risks are a lot higher. If you aren't doing it correctly, like we've been doing this long enough, we've seen where customers have gotten sores around their mouth, inside of their mouth, because they're just dumping the oils right in their mouth or adding it to their water, so there's nothing that's actually diluting that oil. And one of the things that like fascinates me the most is I saw this thread once from someone who was talking about another company, and they literally had I think it was shared by one of our customers with concerns on how, like, they sent it to me to ask what I would recommend to help educate this other, like how they should go about and be like, that might not be the safest. So it's this single thread, and this person was like, you know, add X amount of drops of lemon to your water, and then just a few posts later, this same person put lemon on a styrofoam cup to show how lemon eats styrofoam, like it will completely dissolve styrofoam. And I was like, undiluted in the mouth and on styrofoam. I don't see how those connect, right? I think like when you take a step back, I think you can kind of see why taking essential oils internally for medicinal purposes is completely different than using it as a flavoring or using it properly as food flavoring or supplement flavoring, because it's just not the same. It's properly diluted. It's a much smaller amount. Like, it's just completely not the same.
Yeah.
The other day I was telling you guys about how I was tarring my mother-in-law's roof.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
And you use frankincense,
I used frankincense to get it off, and it was amazing. I used it undiluted right on my skin, but I was talking to you guys about what is the best way to do that. Anyway, it's if you use it, I like that Retha has expressed many times that she's not against using an undiluted oil if you know how to use it right.
Yeah, I think I'm
education.
not as strict as some other people. I'm a little bit more loose in my use of essential oils. But I'm obviously not gonna just, like, you know, put undiluted essential oils all over me. I mean, it's a waste. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a waste of money. The essential oil's evaporating before it can ever get into your bloodstream. Like, it's just a waste of money.
Yeah, it's a waste of money. It's waste of, I mean, if you really think of all the plant matter that is in every bottle,
Had
like
to
that's what gets me.
use-
Like,
yeah.
it's just you're using more than you need to.
Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes if Retha's being lazy and there's a bee sting or something like that, you know, I'll put a tiny bit of lavender on, like 1 drop. And that's why, to your point, Danny, like, if you're doing that every single day, just rubbing frankincense all over your hand, I'll be like, why?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's
You know,
expensive.
but like
and
one time maybe here or there, the tiniest bit. Sometimes if I'm being lazy, I'll do it. But all the other time I'm using diluted because I understand that it's just much better. It's
For
just
all
much
kinds of
better all
reasons.
around. Yeah. Okay, so let us know. I know we're addressing questions, but let us know if you have any questions while we're going over this, because it can be a lot. We might say something that you're like, that doesn't make sense. It might not even to us. We'll see. But just let us know if we say anything, if you have any continued questions on some of the things that we're addressing today.
And so now we have essential oil safety as it relates to quality.
Yeah.
So what does safety and quality have to do together? I think it's important to remember just the quality, knowing that you have a quality oil. You know what you're using and what's in your bottle and how you can use it. If you aren't confident in the quality of your oil, then you can't really confidently use it safely.
Yeah. And the quality can be defined differently by different people, right? But I think as long as you know what you're actually purchasing and you know how to safely use it, to Katrina's point, that's what this question is about, right? Because if you are using a product that you don't know you're using, there might be different safety concerns that you aren't even aware of because it's not actually what you think you're using. That's why quality and safety is important.
we were talking earlier, like when a farmer is distilling a product, if he's got a little bit of another plant mixed in with his batch of spearmint or whatever it is, and you think you're taking spearmint and you don't have a GCMS report that shows that it has a little bit of something that
Could be dangerous. Or,
that you're allergic to or something like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, it's very important to quality can keep you safe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Sarah, hold on. Sarah has a question really fast. So if I'm reading a GCMS report, what should I be looking to avoid? That's a good question because we do talk a lot about GCMS tests. Plant therapy is third-party GCMS tested. We also have Jessie, who is a chemist who does internal GCMS testing for us. So that's a good question because a lot of customers don't know how to read a GCMS
And you're not
test.
really looking at it to avoid something. I mean, we take these reports, and that's how we help define like our topical rate, our safety considerations. If you were to just go in and look at a report, there's not really a specific thing you're trying to avoid. It's telling you what that oil is.
Right. So I think there are some standards on what an oil chemical breakdown should be. And if you know what those standards are, so for example, I assume everyone on here watching knows that Plant Therapy is a trusted company. That's why you're here, right? Because you trust us, you've learned from us. So you could take let's just take lavender. You could take a few of our lavender reports and compare those to another report from a different company. And if the constituents are within what you see from our lavender reports, then you would be like, okay, this looks to be what it should be, right? It's third party, so you don't have a company that's making this stuff up, right? It's third party, and the chemical constituents in the oil are at the percentage they should be. So that's really what we're looking for, right? That there's nothing added, but if you don't know what the chemical constituents should be, you're not going to know if something's added or not. But we're looking for that, and then we're showing a report that is what it should look like. It defines what the chemical breakdown of an oil should be. So,
You know what would be kind of fun one of these days is what we'll do is we'll receive a couple of different, we're always buying batches. When we run out of one batch, we go to the farmer, we get another batch. And when we go to farmers, we usually get 3 or 4 or 5 samples from different farms.
sometimes far more.
Yeah, they come in
Yeah.
and we'll look at those batches. What would be kind of neat one of these days is when you guys get a GCMS report back from one of those batches that has something
That does not look like it should. And
it would be
compare
cool to
that.
compare those. We don't have to show the farm, but
course.
show that, hey, these are the same exact thing. This is what we found before we purchased, and then
Yeah.
we ended up purchasing
That
this.
would just be an interesting way to just explain our process internally
Yeah.
for when we're looking at these reports. What exactly are our parameters, and
Yeah.
what makes something good that we should go forward with, and what makes something not so good that just doesn't meet our quality standards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
think
you
that
t-
would be pretty interesting.
If you
I
took
think
our
that's a great
GCMS
idea.
reports from each batch, even that would give you some, you'd be able to see the
Like
difference
that
between
range
each
of
batch.
percentage. And
But
yeah.
you wouldn't see anything you shouldn't see in there because we wouldn't
Because we
purchase
wouldn't
it.
sell
if
it.
yeah. But it would be kind of
Yeah.
neat to see
Yeah.
prior to purchase.
Yeah, I actually think that's a great idea and show some of those things. Another thing which isn't black and white, and I probably shouldn't even answer this because I know we have test reports like this. Depending on the oil, you also want to be able to see as much of the breakdown of that oil as you can. So most of our essential oils, you're going to get really close to 100% when you're adding up all those chemical constituents. When it comes to like CO2 extracts or other type of extracts, they have the heavier compounds. What's it called?
Molecules, constituents,
Um,
weight.
Yeah, I don't know. But they have the heavier compounds that a GCMS report doesn't read. So then what we're looking, the ones that concretes, yes, that the GCMS reports do read is that within, and then we understand what the other stuff is, right? But for like lavenders, lemons, like your regular essential oils, you also want those chemical constituents to equal about 100 at the right percentage for each constituent, because if it doesn't on the ones that should, there's something missing, right? So I think that that's also something that you could possibly look for, although it doesn't work with all oils, especially like different types of extracts, like CO2s often
Or things
have.
that are just incredibly rare, and there just simply isn't.
They haven't
a
learned
lot,
enough about that
of
oil.
information
Yeah,
available.
yeah.
I was talking to Jessie. Jessie's fascinating to talk to about GCMS testing. he was talking about how as an oil, because essential oils will degrade over time. That's why we have a
shelf life.
shelf life.
Yeah.
The constituents in there oxidize and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Jesse was talking about how you can have a batch of oil. You have a batch of oil, and it's tested when it comes in. Everything's great. The importance of quality in that testing is that if you have some things that are introduced, so GCMS testing will find what shouldn't be there a
Right.
lot of times, and you can get a batch of oil that tests that everything is okay. I probably jumped into a rabbit hole. Sorry.
I'm not sure where he's going.
Well, no, what I'm
we're
trying to-
watching. We're listening.
What Jesse was saying is we tested an oil that came back that had that somebody else had claimed that they tested and found some what is it called when you've got something in there that shouldn't
Like
be
a
there?
synthetic, an additive.
Yeah, something added.
Okay.
Well, and Jesse, we tested it again. It was totally fine. But he was saying that it is possible for an oil to look like it has something added because sometimes the constituents will change
Oh,
once
right.
they've been
So if
as
it's,
they
when an
start
oil
to
oxidizes, yeah, the actual constituent. So a constituent is like linalool or camphor, or I mean, there's a billion.
Yeah.
Thymol,
Yeah.
cineol, like there's a billion constituents. But let's just take lavender for example, because I think a lot of people are familiar with linalool. If lavender oxidizes, linalool or really any constituent in any oil can actually become something completely different. So for your point, like making sure that what is inside is actually what's inside, and that's why you have a shelf life versus like an expiration, because essential oils don't really go bad, like they don't expire, but the shelf life is to make sure that the constituents within that oil are the same, because if it oxidizes, they can completely change. And Robert Tizerin has done a lot of study on this, and if you read some of his books, like he shares that research and the studies to show like how it completely changes and how that constituent now is like a huge skin irritant and like would immediately burn you or whatever.
It can definitely become a safety concern.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fascinating how it
into
changes.
Something that is just not safe.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the-
It's-
so the
it's
way an
really cool
oil
how it
is-
changes like that.
the way an oil is handled during production or during manufacturing
Right. Has to be
is
properly
pretty
handled.
important.
Yeah.
So that's another concern when it comes to quality is
Yep.
the how it's taken
Yep.
care of before you even get it. So.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, keep letting us know if you have any questions. Sarah, that last question about knowing what to look for
That was a great
in a
one.
GCMS report, yeah, is absolutely great.
Did
one.
we kind of cover this one kind of already? How do you determine the quality of essential
I mean, I
oils?
really think Jesse and I covered this one a few weeks ago when we did ours, yeah.
Okay, I think this is the last
Gosh,
one.
this is a hard one.
But this is actually a question that gets Googled all the time.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
which company has the best essential oils?
yeah.
Oh, goodness me, gracious. Sorry.
Who's calling?
Yeah, sorry, Instagram, you're back. I hope you can still hear us.
Yeah, so which company does have the best essential oils? I mean, obviously, Plant Therapy. I mean, you are here listening to our lives. We're going to tell you. I mean, you can trust us,
Yeah,
right?
I think that is huge. A company that you can trust, that responds to your questions, that's concerned about your safety, that's not obligating you to do something or pay more or anything that you don't want. Like, we're just here to give you that information so that you know what you're getting and you know it's safe. And I think regardless what company you choose, like that is really primary. Like you need to be able to trust that company and feel that they're transparent
Yeah.
because there are so few regulations.
So
in
few
this industry.
regulations. But I mean, the reality is there are other companies that sell good quality essential oils. That is a fact. So I think it has to be, you have to look at it and be like, who do I trust? Who was providing the information that feels right to me, that feels correct to me, that feels safe to me, that will answer my questions, that, right? And that could be different for other people, and that's okay. Like, Plant therapy is who we are, and we are going to 100% back up every single one of our products because of the third-party testing that we do, even beyond just essential oils, right? We do third-party testing on like all of our room and linen sprays to make sure that they are safe to use on certain fabrics, and we do third-party testing on our multi-surface cleaners to make sure that they are cleaning and we're not just selling you a crappy product and they're not leaving streaks on your countertop. And like, we do all of this third-party testing. So we obviously are very confident to 100% back up our products and know that we are giving our customers the absolute best product that we can give. But that's defined by plant therapy, right? And somebody might say, no, I need standardized oils. I need an oil that every single time I purchase it, it smells exactly the same way, and that's okay, and plant therapy would not be the company for that person. So it's really just understanding what are you looking for, and then finding a company that does that, because there are more than one company that sells good quality oils. There just is. So
Yeah.
I think what you said, what plant therapy, sometimes you need to look at the different companies and providers of the essential oils out there and find out what they are and what they aren't. And then you can make an informed decision from there.
Yep.
I was trying to think if there's anything else like if you had to say what plant therapy is and then what plant therapy isn't. We already kind of mentioned some like standardization.
Right,
We
do
don't
not
standardize. We have very batch specific. What is something else that plant therapy isn't or is?
I think, we're direct to you guys.
Right.
Like, and I think that is super important. Like, as an individual, you can always reach out to us, and then we give you that information. Like, it's not a...
If you're looking for a company to make money off of selling essential oils, plant therapy is also not that company, right? There are companies who offer that, and it's something that a lot of people are drawn to make a little bit of extra money or to be part of a community, whatever that might be. Plant therapy is not that company. The other thing that I think plant therapy is not going to make up ways to use essential oils to encourage you to use more essential oils. Is it important that plant therapy sells products? Yes. And are we going to encourage our customers to buy our products? Yes, because we wouldn't be around if people weren't buying our products, right? A company exists because people buy their products. So we do encourage and we do sales, and we do, tell you to purchase these things and come out with new things and all of that. Like, we're a company and that's what we do. But we aren't going to go and make up some weird way to use oils just so that you use them and have to buy more. Like, you're not going to find that from plant therapy either.
Yeah.
Something else that maybe this is...
Except for using tea tree in the laundry, which I know some people in the industry really think it's a waste of product. But I'm telling you, I've used a lot of stuff on my towels, and tea tree is the only thing that will make them smell good. So I'm sticking with it.
I don't know if this is being too transparent, but...
Oh, no.
Plant therapy is also a company. So some companies are driven by... we've got this much debt and we need to sell this much to cover that debt. And so it doesn't matter, plant therapy is debt free. Am I correct? For the most part.
Yeah.
I think and so plant therapy, when we sell a product, a lot of our products come from what you guys are asking for. And so sometimes those products will be available for a couple of months because we put it out and not as many people wanted them as we thought. And then other times we'll put something out that we were just excited to try because, hey, let's try this and see what people think. And then it becomes a mainstay product.
Yeah.
So plant therapy, I love that about us. We're pretty mobile, not mobile, what's the word? We're versatile. Yeah, we're able to, flexible.
Yeah. Listen to our customers. Yeah, I think so. Let's see, Elizabeth Turner did say, I did read a lot of conflicting advice on tea tree in the laundry, but I agree. I really love how it works on my musty clothes. Yeah, Katrina mentioned this earlier, like, it takes a lot of plant material to make up what is in the teeny bottle of essential oil. So I completely agree, and I would never want to recommend somebody wasting oil. But and I don't use tea tree every single time in my laundry,
you don't
right?
have to.
But if I'm using laundry and it's like my nasty basketball playing boys' clothes, or towels, which just get that musty smell, if it's something that laundry detergent doesn't alone clean, I add a little bit of tea tree to give it that freshness. So I would agree, don't go dumping, you know, like all these oils in your laundry every single time. There's probably better ways to do that, to get scented laundry with essential oils versus how I'm using it. But for the times that I need that extra boost of cleanliness, I do add myself some tea tree to my laundry. Let's see. Okay, Sarah, any idea when wool dryer balls will return? Katrina, what is? So we are updating our packaging to be plastic free, which we're really excited about.
Yes.
So instead of the little plastic bag that the tie string bag goes in, it's gonna come in a box, a recyclable box. So we're really excited about that. And that's why we sold out, and we've been in the process of getting this new packaging in, so that's why we're sold out right now. But
Yeah,
do
it'll
you
come
remember
back this year.
this
soon.
year? Like, do you actually
I
know
don't
a date?
know the date. Can't remember.
I can't remember either. But
They're coming back.
yeah, they are coming back. I really think it's maybe even within the next couple of months. But yes.
Another
Maybe sooner.
transparency thing, maybe again being too transparent, but we have something that we're doing this year. They're called OKRs, which I can't remember what that stands for.
Objectives and key results.
Yeah, so something that one of our OKRs as a company is to reduce even more our
Reduce
footprint.
waste, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's been really exciting because each department is coming up with ideas, and
Yeah.
that's part of it.
Yeah, we're always checking out our plastic and trying to find ways to get rid of it and make our things more sustainable and
Yeah.
eco-friendly. It's very important to us, but it takes a lot of testing, you know, and we
Yeah,
have to make
sometimes
sure that these materials
Takes
are
a
good.
lot of time to
and,
do that. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
everything is
it's-
still
it's-
high quality for you guys.
Not only that, you know, the testing, you were talking about testing, like sometimes you'll go from a plastic bottle to a glass bottle that might freeze and
yeah.
break when it's being sent to people.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So it's just there's a lot to learn and to get there.
Does anybody have any last questions for us? Oh, how many drops, Janae Reed, how many drops do you use when you use your tea tree? I would say probably 10 to 15 drops. I don't really count it. I just kind of like shake it. Just like shake the bottle in it. But I mean, I just do a few shakes. So the drops are going to be larger because I'm putting that force on it versus just like letting it one, two.
Do you put it right on your laundry? Because I put mine in the detergent.
I do, and I always have, but I do encourage customers that might not be the best way. I always have just sprinkled it right on top of my laundry. But a safer way, probably, especially because I don't know what oils you're using, could be to add it to your laundry detergent before putting your laundry detergent in. But honestly, I have always just done, but I always just use tea tree, so, and haven't had any issues with. When will body wash be available? Ha! It's coming. Should we show them?
Yeah.
Let's show them. Oh my goodness, we're so excited for this product.
'Kay,
I did
just
talk a little bit about this product.
And then don't forget, the Bonker Chick has a really good question.
Okay. I love
I'm
it.
going to ask it to you so we can come back to it, but then show this.
Great.
But she just wanted to know, is there such a thing as cheaper flower or plant material to make oils that are still quality? And I thought that would be a really good way to talk about like the difference between lavender, lavandin, why
Yeah,
A lot of the price-
Lavandin is a mix
Yeah.
to bring the price down a little bit.
so there are ways of getting constituents.
Look at how beautiful it is. I'm so excited. I mean, it's still being produced right now. Do you know the launch date for PT.com? Is it this month?
I can't remember.
Do you know?
I should.
Sometimes we just have a lot in our brain.
Yeah.
Let me look. I'm gonna find out for you right now. Oops, nope, wrong
I
thing.
know when I get the product, it's usually
Okay, not this
within a-
month. Not this month. We do have something launching this month, but it is. It's so soon. Where is it? Right there. Okay, it is in March. It's in March.
they are big bottles. It was a lot bigger than
32 ounces. Yeah.
Yeah, when I got my little sample from Darby, it was in a like a 16-ounce bottle. So that surprised me when those came in.
Yeah.
It's really lovely. It's so soft. It suds up so nicely. It smells really
such a good body
invigorating.
wash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a tea tree and peppermint scent, and we've already, before we've even launched, we've had customers asking us for other scents. I really hope we can bring other scents in the future, but we just have to make sure that this is a product our customers love. We have to make sure that it's a product that is profitable and we aren't losing money on it. So there's just lots of things that we're looking at first, but it is such a good product. Like, the base, like it's formulated by us, it's produced right here in Twin Falls, Idaho, and it is truly, I'm not just saying this, the best body wash base that I have ever used.
Yeah,
And I
it's
kind of feel like I'm a body wash snob because I hate when you get body washes that you're just like, did that even do anything? Right? This, you will feel so clean after using it. It's so good. So good.
The pepperment
Absolute
is
favorite
just a
body wash
neat.
ever.
I don't think I've ever used a body wash with
It's
peppermint
gonna
in it.
wake you up. It's gonna
Yeah.
make you feel fresh and clean. It's so lovely. Yeah. Yes, it's definitely a medicinal scent for sure. Yep. I have no idea what the price is off the top of my head. I
think
don't
it's
remember.
$432.
We can leave some stuff to the imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You're
I
like, we
did
should give
just
it
show
all
you.
away
I
right
did
now.
just show you this.
Is it safe to use on small kids?
I mean, I wouldn't use it on a baby just because the peppermint is pretty tingly. But I mean, my youngest is 7. I would feel comfortable using it on my 7-year-old.
My 10-year-old uses it. I know that's getting a little higher up there, but he
Yeah,
loves it.
but I would just, if you do want to try using it with your children, I would use the teeniest amount first and just make sure that it's not like too tingly for them because it does have that peppermint in it. And sometimes that can feel like too cold, which almost makes it feel hot, right? It's kind of that weird sensation, and kids can be more sensitive to that. And with the added heat from like a shower or something, it could even make that feel even more. So I would use the teeniest amount and just play around it if you have a little bit of a younger, but definitely not like a baby or anything. It would be too strong for them. But
Joni said she'd buy it at the price of $432.
that is
so.
great to know.
Yeah,
We'll
Joni,
have to
wow,
relook
that's
at our
great.
costing.
oh, so funny. Okay, we're also really excited about a product that launches the end of this month, just so you know. But that's
Oh, I was like, what is it?
we're not
I
we're
think
not
it's up
gonna
there.
we're not gonna show you that yet. Okay, although I did a video in a purple shirt yesterday and it matched like the label like absolutely perfect, which I love. Okay, anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. Does anybody have any questions?
Not a bad product.
Any other questions? Yes,
that's good.
peppermint has a very awakening.
Ooh,
they say
goodness.
it's too spicy. Yes, minty. I think you could explain it to mint toothpaste, right?
Yeah,
An adult
yeah.
uses it and we don't even know. Like a 5-year-old uses mint toothpaste and they feel like their mouth is going to fall off, like, and they
My
they're
freaking
not
out.
used to it.
finally switched to mint
At 10?
toothpaste at 10.
Yeah, my
He
10-year-old
wants his
finally did
bubble
too.
gum like strawberry toothpaste. So he brushes his teeth and he's like, "Oh, it's spicy." You're fine.
Yeah, I think that's actually a great example. Okay, Elizabeth Turner is spilling the beans for me. Yes, you probably all did get that email if you signed up early for that notification. But okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. Just lots of fun talk. Are we doing a giveaway today, Danny?
We are.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, guys. Oop. I forgot that question. But
Oh.
there we go. This is our giveaway. What is the most important factor to you when purchasing an essential oil? That's
Such
really
a good
important to us.
question.
Yeah.
You know, we want to know, is it quality? Is it that
And what does
it's
quality mean? Like, I'm interested in what you guys think that quality means.
Yeah.
Is that the company trust, customer service? Is that transparency in the testing, consistency in the product? Like, what does quality mean to you too?
yeah.
Yeah.
So don't just say quality.
If you do,
Try
we'll
to be
still
as
love
specific
you.
as possible. Yeah.
Yes.
Just helps us. We love to hear what you guys have to say
Yeah.
and your thoughts.
If you tell us that it's important that it's in a pink bottle and we didn't ever know that,
It's true.
then we never
I
would
might
have provided.
actually really appreciate a pink essential oil bottle, so please tell me. I love that the first 2 comments or responses to this is trust. I love it. Isn't that like what
For
all of
sure,
life
yeah.
is about?
Yeah.
Everything. Our relationships with our significant others, our children, our coworkers, our like everything. It's about that trust. So I actually love that those.
I was driving to work this morning, and I don't have a really fancy car, but I got in my car and I was like, this car is so reliable. it has gotten me, I never have to worry about it getting me to work. And I just, to me, that was something I had never really thought about, like
Yeah.
the reliability
Yeah.
of something
That's
that
great.
you use every day. Very important.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome. So continue to tell us. We will choose, because I really want everyone to participate in this, let's choose 5 winners. And let's do $25 credit to planttherapy.com. So go and encourage your friends who you know use essential oils, have them enter as well. Maybe you can split the credit, whatever, to make you feel better that your chances are still good. But I would love to see as many comments as we can possibly get. So please share this giveaway with everyone. We'll choose 5 winners, and each of you will win $25 credit to planttherapy.com. So share it, give us your answers, and we'll be really excited to read through them.
Woohoo.
Awesome.
Don't
Thanks
forget
for
to
joining
like and
today.
subscribe, guys. If you
Yes.
haven't subscribed, the benefits of subscribing to one of our social media channels is great, because when we go live, sometimes we'll go live when you aren't
Most
expecting
random
it, and we're
times.
giving away stuff. And
Yeah.
so
And don't forget about PT Friends either. So
Absolutely.
Danny, how can they submit anything to you to PT Friends?
So send me, and the easiest way, we tried to make it as easy as possible. The easiest way is send me an email with a description of you, or how you use essential oils, what you're excited about. I remember getting something about somebody talking about their passion for bass or something like that, and bass conservation or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. Tell us what you're excited about. Email us at ptfriends@planttherapy.com. And yeah, if you don't have an email address and want to send it to us directly in the mail, you can always email cs@planttherapy.com, get our mailing address, and send it that
But then
way.
you just said if they don't have an email.
Oh, that's right.
If you don't have an email, you can get our address, our mailing address at planttherapy.com.
If you don't have an email, just email us
Yeah, you
real
know.
quick.
If
for
you
our
don't have
address.
an email, just find our mailing address at the bottom of planttherapy.com. And Rachel's asking, is there a link, or enter by commenting here? You just enter by commenting on the live comments.
Yeah.
If you're on TikTok and
Instagram.
Instagram, go back to, Instagram, go to the story when it's posted, and you can comment
You have to
there.
go back and comment when it's
And
reposted.
TikTok, I'm not sure.
TikTok, enter somewhere else. We haven't figured out how you enter yet.
Facebook, YouTube. So, all
Perfect.
right.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. Have an amazing weekend.
Yeah. Happy Friday. Bye, everyone.